Hello. As a lot of you know, like I love cars. Cars are the only materialistic thing I love owning it. And I bought this car back in January 2020. Exactly on 1st of Jan 2020, I took the delivery thinking I can do a lot of road trips in and around Europe. But unfortunately, COVID hit in on March 2020 and we really couldn't do anything for the last 2.5 years. So things improved since end of last year, and this year I have planned for a lot of trips in and around Europe. And today is the first of the trip. We are heading all the way to Amsterdam. So we will be touching a little bit on towards the Belgium borders, and then we'll reach Amsterdam in another 6 to 7 hours. So it's an early morning start for us. The roads are pretty busy, and you can see it's a bit of foggy and misty conditions. And we're going to hit the Channel Tunnel. As you probably know, like UK is an island, and we need to cross the English Channel to get to the other side of the Europe. So we're just heading towards Calais to board the Euro Tunnel. We are almost reaching the tunnel now. We're just taking the exit, and it's about a couple of miles from here. Okay, we're almost there. Now we just need to get into the tunnel. Just going to get inside the tunnel now. You can see the big train. It's not a ferry, it's actually a train. The car is now going to get inside one of these carriages. Okay, you can see now we're going to drive inside one of those train carriages. It's amazing how these guys have done such a piece of engineering. It's very tight. I need to drive pretty carefully, otherwise I will damage the rims. We are on the other side of the channel into the Europe now, and we're going to get off from this train in the next few minutes, and then we can see it takes about 4 hours drive from here to the Amsterdam. We are on the French side now. Trying to get out of this long train. You can see like we are driving all the way. We are inside a train actually. This is a train, so we're driving all the way from one end of the train to the other side. Okay, we're just about to get out, and the only thing I need to keep in mind is I need to drive on the other side of the road now. Okay, welcome to France. So you won't see much difference on the motorways.
In 3/4 of a mile,
driving in motorways in Europe is fairly straightforward, but once you get into the inner roads, that's where you need to be careful when you're driving in Europe. So as you can see, like just be mindful. You need to be on the right hand side. Other than that, you'll be okay. Okay, I need to make one important change now. So as you know, like UK metric system is completely different to the Europe. We use miles per hour in the UK, but in the whole of Europe it's kilometer per hour. It's very important, otherwise there is a chance I might get a speeding ticket. So I'm just going to make the change. I think we just crossed France and entering into Belgium now. I feel the roads are much smoother here, and it's a very good driving condition. The weather is perfect. It's not too cold, it's not too warm. You can see beautiful sunshine and the scenic route is. We are just entering into Amsterdam now. You can see the city is getting a bit more busier. All the tall skyscrapers showing up, busy train lines. So the trick of driving inside a new city is you just need to follow somebody. Don't go alone. Just find somebody and then stick to them. That's the easy way. Okay, quick stopover for fuel and some food. We are heading back. Just doing a bit of sightseeing trip around Amsterdam now. It's getting really busy. It's a bit complicated when there are trams on the road. You really don't know which way you can go. Okay, you can see there's a tram turning around. I think the principle is you need to treat trams almost like buses, but they have tracks. It's going to be early morning start today. We just changed our plan and instead of heading back straight to Calais, we are going to do a detour around Germany. We really want to test the Autobahn, so hence we decided to start pretty early today. We are super excited to put the car on its full throttle. Sun is coming out now. We started in a bit dark and we are right now on an E12 motorway towards Arnhem. Arnhem is a place right at the edge of Netherlands, and I believe just after that the German border and the Autobahn starts. So we are about 30 kilometers away from Arnhem. We should be hitting the Autobahns pretty soon. So yeah, I think it's going to be a normal another 30-40 kilometers drive, and then we should hit the Autobahn shortly. I think we just entered the Autobahn. You can see it's number 2, and immediately I can see on the dash cam the signs change. Now we are 190, 200. We're traveling at 200 kilometers per hour now. 212, 220, 230, 240, 250. Okay, I'm going to slow down now. Oh my god, with 250 we touched. Huh? Okay, I think we did a 260 in this car. This car is capable of 304 kilometers per hour is the top speed. 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds. I could have done more, but I felt it's a bit wobbly. I might, if I get another stretch, I will do it. And also, I don't think this is a proper one because it's only, I can see there are 2 lanes here. Once I get a 3-lane motorway, then probably I'll do another stretch. I want to explain a bit more about Autobahns. People think it's unlimited speed in all Autobahns. It's not true. about 30% of Autobahns are got some kind of speed restrictions, either permanent speed restrictions or temporary speed restrictions. You should be aware of that. But I think all the modern sat navs in these cars are pretty good. I think it changed. I can see the symbol changed immediately. I'm doing another stretch here. The road is pretty clear. It's 200, 210, 217, 225. So one of the special things about Urus is it got one of the biggest carbon ceramic brake discs in the world, 440 mm. And it's important when you're driving at that speed, the car should have the capability to stop at the stopping distance as well. For example, I came all the way from 240 to all the way to 140 within like say 50-60 meters. So that's very important when you are driving at this speed. It's not about the speed. You should also be able to stop it comfortably. So yeah, this car is fully equipped for you to make speeds like this. Okay, we are on Autobahn, but unfortunately we got stuck in the traffic now. I think we entered the wrong time. I think a lot of office commute people on the road. Interestingly, the fuel consumption is unbelievably higher. We had a full tank of fuel when I started pretty much, but it dropped down to a quarter of a tank now. I think it's consuming at least 3 times more fuel than what it will consume normally. Yeah, it's an interesting fact. Okay, we just need to do a quick refill. I got another 70-80 kilometer stretch. I just want to make sure I have enough fuel to go on board. Yeah. We reached about 260 to 265 kilometers per hour max on the Autobahn. The Urus max spec is 304 kilometers per hour. But I doubt you will be able to attain that speed on a road car like this. Various factors to that. One, we are 4 people on the car, and when the tank is full, that's about 80 liters capacity. That adds another 100 kilograms. So I think if you want to achieve that full 304 max speed limit in a car like this, you probably need to tweak it, everything, and then probably you may need to be on a good track without any disturbance to get that speed. Being a product guy, I always appreciate the quality of the product, and in a car like this, you need to appreciate the engineering efforts that has gone into making something incredible like this. When you're driving at 250 plus kilometers per hour, you're putting trust on the engineering and also the trust on the machine you're driving. I keep telling the same thing to people when we're building software. I think sometimes I feel people don't give the importance. They think any bugs can be fixed. So I see there is a difference between a normal programmer and a great and good programmer. A normal programmer normally look at only the regular path, happy paths, but they don't focus too much on the exception sides. But great and good programmers, your 90% of the thinking will be more on the exception cases. What if this goes wrong? What if this goes wrong? So that is where you tighten and make the product great. You can imagine like the number of if-else things that would have gone into a car like this to make it a robust machine, and you can trust it 100%. We just exited the German borders now. It's going to be standard speed restrictions. It's 120-130 kilometers per hour. So we're just going to cruise through the whole of Belgium and into France towards Calais. So we planned for a 3-day trip. We started day before yesterday. The first day was a bit of a driving, and yesterday was it's all sightseeing in Amsterdam. And today, pretty much 8 hours of driving. We covered over 1,200 kilometers in the last 3 days. Unless otherwise you like cars or you like doing things like this, you'll be really bored. I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially that couple of stretches on the Autobahn 3 and 4 with a completely different experience. We'll probably do a bit more longer journeys next time. Okay, we are on the final leg. We have successfully completed our trip and then heading back to UK now. Same routine, another Euro tunnel, and hopefully we should get into this.